Right. So yeah, we are beginning.
Hey,
First off, thank you very much. As I said before we began recording, thank you for
of
doing
course.
that. Um, so with you, the first thing that comes to mind is, all right. So first off, let me give you a proper introduction, ladies and gentlemen. This is the wonderfully talented, the awesome, too cool for me.
Oh,
Miss super cool wicked. What's going on?
hello, hello.
So I know you as a singer. I know you as a singer. So,
Mhm.
but do you do more than that?
I do.
Mhm.
So I went to theater school for college. I was
Okay.
trained in that. So I do act as well. I teach. I host a karaoke night.
Mhm.
I am foraying into film, and I would love to be a designer as well. I don't know, furniture design is really intriguing to me.
Oh, what
Yeah,
have you ventured into that so far?
Kind of. I mean, I draw some things, and like my friend James and I were just playing the other day. He has these Bauhaus cards
Hmm.
that we were playing with, and one of the prompts was to design something that felt light and airy, kind of like not the Eames chair, but
Hmm.
the Mies van der Rohe chair. So I designed something, and I was like, okay, I could do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Architectural Digest. I just love art in general and beautiful things. So
What?
yeah,
So how long have you been drawing?
I mean, all of my life. Oh my God, Mercury, stop. Hold on one second.
Her
Come on, Mercury, let's go. Come on, come on.
cat Mercury is causing shenanigans.
It is always, always. Okay, sorry about that.
No, it's true. It's true. It's true.
She's out, but yeah. I mean, I've been drawing since a kid. I
Mhm.
thought, I don't know. You know how when you're a kid, you think you're gonna be everything. So
Yeah.
that was one of the jobs I was gonna have,
Mhm.
being an artist, a visual artist,
Mhm.
along with all the other things that I wanted to be. But
When you're a
yeah,
kid, you don't
I'm
take
not
in
really much of it. Say it again.
you're a kid, you don't take into account time management. You just like, I'm gonna do all of this and
Listen, listen. As an adult, I have a hard time with that too.
yeah, trust me, I'm right here with you. All right, so the one thing that I did, people, when I was doing some research, is your involvement with the Lux Flux karaoke night. So how did you like get involved with that gig?
Well, it was like a kind of just a nice little alley oop. My friend Brendan Asante, he does a lot of programming around town, and far beyond now. We used to be in a musical collective together. The musical collective has dissolved, but we still remained friends. And he was like, "Hey, I have this night open." I think I started doing karaoke actually during the pandemic on my live.
Oh,
And it was a different kind of karaoke. It was like me taking requests, and I would just sing the song for you. But people enjoyed it, and it was entertaining. And then I think my birthday party before I started doing karaoke was a karaoke birthday party as well.
oh.
So it's kind of like, I don't know. I think you just kind of gravitate towards things intuitively, and then
Mhm.
life, God, the universe just kind of makes a path for it if it's right for you. And this is one of those things. So yeah, we're doing it, and we're going to be back in February.
Oh, snap. All right, that's good news. Um,
Yes.
I have to ask, what is your like go-to karaoke song if
I
you're
was
like at a karaoke night?
mm, I think it's changed over time,
Hmm.
but there's a couple. When I
Yeah.
See You by Fantasia,
Ooh.
it will always bring the house down. Okay. And you don't have to be able to sing. I'm telling you, like, if you need a song, go with that one. That will be the one.
I've always said I'm pretty sure the average black man in Detroit can sing "When I See You" better than Fantasia herself.
Truly,
We love that song.
truly, truly, truly. I swear, like, that's the one that you need to sing. If you don't know what you want to sing,
Mhm.
whoever you are, you sing
Yeah.
that song will be good.
All right. So, with that being said, you said it's coming back in February. Just let people know like where it's going to be located, what's going on with it.
Yeah, so we're coming back in February. This will be the first one of the year. We're going
Mhm.
to be doing it every other month this year just to give myself time to rest and recuperate because it does take a lot. I host it, I also like DJ it and do everything. But that will be on, I believe, the 20. Let me get my calendar real quick.
Mhm. No,
Mm,
no.
I believe the February 27th. And it
Okay.
starts at 9 a.m. I'm sorry, 9
Oh
p.m.
no.
And we go until 2 a.m. So we there all night having fun at Deluxe Flux, downtown Detroit.
9 a.m. Folks gonna be sleepy, yawning. when the
I would love to do something like that though. That'd be so
That would be
funny.
dope. A karaoke brunch, kinda karaoke. Yeah, breakfast.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah,
You
karaoke.
might have a couple mimosas.
Yep, a couple mimosas. You know, have a probably a list of songs that people can choose from. Like, I'm gonna, all right, this song is next. I like this song. Let me do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
karaoke mimosas. That'll be dope.
Yeah. Mimosa.
I like the light bulb going off on top of your head.
Yeah, I'm just like, you see the gears turning. But yeah, that would be fun. Okay. Huh. Thank you.
Oh,
If
of
I
course,
do
of
this,
course.
I'm gonna reach out to you.
Oh, of course. I trust me. I am very much an idea guy, but we'll
Your
talk about
birthday.
that after. Huh?
Okay. When's your
Yeah.
birthday? Are you an Aquarius?
Oh no, Scorpio, November 8th.
Yeah, I love Scorpios.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So when I was doing research, the first thing that came to mind to me was how did she come up with such a dope ass name? Where did
Mm,
the name Super Cool Wicked even come from? Because it's very catchy.
thank you. I appreciate that. Um, so it just came about on some very, like anything else in my life, kind of very fluke. It just falls into place.
Yeah.
I got that name. I was in high school when I kind of made it up.
Yeah.
Um, being silly. This was a time when everybody had them long middle names. You remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember? Polo down, Gucci down. Um, so I was like, oh, I want to add my middle name to my Facebook profile. And I was like, okay, let me go change that. But then on the I guess docket thing, they were like, oh, you can't change your name to first name, look at my super cool
Mhm.
wicked middle name, last name. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, let me try that since you said I couldn't do it. And it
Mhm.
worked. So I think it was like Morgan, look at my super cool wicked name, Hudson. And that happened. And then Twitter came and I was like, well, what's my Twitter name gonna be? And I was like, well, I'll just keep it going in the super cool wicked vein. And then I started doing music publicly and I asked my brother Kaz, I was like, what should I do? He was like, super cool wicked is good enough. I'm like, okay, well, great, I'll go along with it.
Yeah.
So it's been, yeah, it's not, unfortunately, not that deep. But I do think I live up to it. I think it's something definitely that makes people go, who the heck is that? Um, yeah, and when I come on, I think I give it justice. So
Because you're one of those artists, so people hear that you're on the bill, they go, "Oh, we have this artist. We have super cool Wicked." And my first thought was, "Oh, wait, hold on, go back up to that person. Who is that super cool? Are they a DJ? What do they do?" I want to know more immediately after hearing like your name. So I
Mhm.
think it was like very eye catching in that way.
Oh, I appreciate that. I
Yeah.
really do. Huh, turn up. Okay.
Yeah. So, like growing up, when did you know that you wanted to be an artist? If we're going back to the high school days, you know? Mhm.
Yeah, high school. I mean, I had a moment where okay, so I would kid myself and tell myself I was going to be a pediatric neurosurgeon.
Okay.
So, right, I know I've always been a crazy kooky person, obviously. Um, I discovered how much pediatric neurosurgeons made in about fourth or fifth grade, and I
Oh,
was like, okay, this is who I'm going to be. This is back when Ben Carson was okay with Black folks.
yeah.
And we were looking up to him because he separated the first pair of conjoined twins. Yes, great job. Now, not so much. But I was like, oh, I'm trying to be like Ben Carson. And all that time, I was like crafting fashion shows at my house. My siblings and I have three siblings. We would just make up spirituals in the house. Like I had a grandma who was in like this choral music group. They used to sing spirituals. So I don't know. I think we were influenced by her, and then my dad and my mom were really into music in different ways. So I was always singing, and I think like I don't know. I feel like I wanted to be a musician like from the time that I bought my first album,
Mm.
which was 3LW.
Yeah.
I
Three
think I'm
little
aging
women.
myself here, but yeah, 3LW was the first album. I used to just sing like them, and like every pop star, like Beyonce, obviously, Mariah Carey, for sure. And then I had older parents, so I had that old school influence. So music was always around me, and I was like, this is always a thing that I am doing.
Yeah.
But I think I discovered probably in like ninth or 10th grade. And I cried to my mom about it because it felt like such a big thing to me. I was like, I think I want to be an artist. And she's like, okay. So from then, I was like doing shows, doing plays and musicals, and then going to theater camps. And well, I went to one theater camp, but I did Mosaic Youth Theater
Mhm.
and yeah, and it was truly history. I think I keep having these like, I don't know, I look at it as like a death rebirth moment.
Mhm.
I feel like that's kind of what I do in my life. I have to go through this like molting process to get to like more of the essence of like who I am.
Mhm.
And that was definitely a point. And then when I left school, I realized I didn't want to, well, not necessarily didn't want to be a Broadway actress, but I just realized that I was going the Broadway route because I was scared and I just wanted to be a musician. So I had to make that dedication and decision again in like 2016, I say.
Oh wow. So this
Yeah.
is fairly recent.
Mhm.
2016. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I started performing for real. I have like my first solo performance. I still have like I don't even know what to call this, but there's like a little thing I got as a solo performer that I keep hung up on my wall. It was March 25th, I think 2016 or 2017. And I'm right. I don't know if you can see me. I'm on the bill.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
At the public pool gallery for the public pool gallery, but that was my first solo performance. And since then, it's just been like, yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a thing.
So what plays or musicals have you done so far? Tapping
I
into like
have
your
done
Broadway performance, your stage plays.
right stage plays. I did a Raisin in the Sun. I played Beneatha in high school, which is something no high schooler should ever do
Yeah.
because the depth is way over your head, even if
Yeah.
you get it. Like my one of my best friends, she was just in the most recent. She was Beneatha in the most recent production in New York, and yeah, Paige Gilbert, she's amazing. Um, uh, and I was just thinking, like, I came to it with these grown up eyes and ears and a grown up heart and a grown up, I guess, psyche. And I've been through things and I'm like, damn, how did I do this as a kid? But I
Yeah.
felt so grown at that time. So it was really cool. I would love to see the see the video of that from my high school days. I also did Hairspray. I played Motormouth Maybelle.
Oh.
Yeah, I was in Godspell and Into the Woods. And then, yeah, I think that's it. In school, I didn't really do many plays.
Hmm.
Um, that's a whole different story, but yeah, but those are the plays that I've done.
I mean,
And
you're
say it again.
no, what were we saying?
No, it's fine. I was just gonna say I do some local theater with a troupe called A Host of People as well.
Oh
So
man,
yeah.
your resume is pretty extensive when it comes to like being on stage.
I really enjoy it. I thank you. It doesn't feel that way, but
Mhm.
yeah, I really love the stage, and I think a lot of people would benefit from being, especially performers today, would benefit from having a stage background. It teaches you how to like own your space and know what you're doing, and like relation to other people, in relation to the tech that's going on because you have the lighting, and just like a sort of reverence. Like I don't believe in unfounded respect, but there is a lot of like founded respect that the theater deserves and the stage in general deserves, no matter what you're doing on it. And I think theater teaches you that in a great way.
Awesome. That is so great. So transitioning from that to your now music career, um,
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask, as a songwriter, with what you just said in mind, what is like your process when it comes to songwriting or making music?
I think that's changed over the years.
Hmm.
To be honest, like at a certain point after the pandemic started, I did not feel like making music at all. I was doing it, and I feel like I went through a sort of artistic death rebirth cycle for sure. So it's changed drastically, but oftentimes, like, I will get kind of bitten by the bug or like whispered in the ear at the time that I'm not sitting down at the keyboard or the piano. So if I hear a song and I like the beat and it's still some space at the end, I'll start writing something or I'll start humming something. Or like now, now that I'm producing, um, I'll be in the cut and I'll just be like making a drum pattern, right? And then you just get something. Sometimes it won't even be words. Sometimes it'll be a top line or whatever. But it's really like I just kind of wait till I'm moved, which is something that kind of goes against what the world asks of you, especially as music becomes more of a commodity. But I try not to do things unless I'm moved. And I'm also like brought up kind of in the tradition of like funk, which is, I don't want to say mantra based, but they do chants. There's a lot of chanting and there's a lot of theatricality in that as well. So yeah, I'll just do whatever comes to my head. Sometimes you just get a line that'll just keep being on your head. You'll just sing it in the shower, sing it there. You keep adding to it, but that's really what it is. And I like to actually write my songs. I don't like to do it on my phone. I'm trying to teach myself to do that again because I don't know, things get lost in this thing. This is an infinite device. When I got my paper, it's finite. So like, yeah, I like a little pen to paper action. I like to be in the moment, whether the moment grabs me or I curated it. But essentially, yeah, I'll just come. And sometimes I am like, if a producer sends me something and like the title of the song, I might write to the title of the song or, just whatever's on my heart. Like, if you're not feeling particularly motivated that day, you may just look around the room and see what's there and see what you can write about. Sometimes it's a feeling. I love to write about feelings and I love to meander because yeah, we don't need to be so spot on all the time. But yeah, that's what's guiding me. With my most recent project, it's more of a texture and a feeling versus actual. I don't know. I'm more intuitive than what is the opposite of intuition? Material.
I think I
I don't
believe
know.
so.
That's one of those questions you can't really answer. But yeah, I'm more intuitive than anything. So like whatever essence grabs my attention, that's what I'll write toward.
Hmm. Okay.
Long-winded.
No. I dig it. I dig it. All right.
Yeah.
So before I go to my next question, you touched on something real fast. You play the piano. You do produce. How long have you been playing, and how long have you been producing?
Right. So I'm not the best at piano. I know my way around. I know the notes. I can do some scales. I'm not good at chords. I'm an ear person. I've been playing the piano by ear since I was about 5. So yeah. And what was your question again? I'm sorry.
Oh, how long have you been playing and producing?
Yeah, producing. To be real, I'd say for the past 4 years.
Oh, nice.
I do vocal production, which does count, but like to make a song from the rooter to the tutor,
Yeah.
I feel like I've been trying to do that for 4 years, and I'm starting to like feel confident in calling myself a producer now.
Well, if you produce one, then you are a producer, right?
I guess so. You're right, but it
Yeah.
doesn't always feel like that. And the imposter syndrome thing comes in,
Hmm.
especially in such an industry dominated by cis maleness, which can be very problematic and like very like kind of on the nose or not. You either have to be it or you're not.
Yeah.
It's hard, I know, for me and I think a lot of other femmes to like feel like they got it and feel like they are the thing. And I'm really working on taking the space up and embodying the thing and
Mm.
saying that I am it. So thank you for
Absolutely.
affirming that.
Yeah, heck yeah. I'm saying if you've made one, and especially if you've been working on it for this long, of course you are, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Oh.
right. So as well, looking into the producer side of things from an artist perspective, like one thing I noticed on your album, High Glass,
High gloss, yeah.
one thing I noticed was like your impressive beat selection. That's
Mhm.
one thing that like really caught my attention. Where like songs like Beautiful, they have this unique drum pattern and they have
Mhm.
beat like time signature. Is that something like you typically try to focus on when you're finding the beat to write to? Is like, hey, the uniqueness of this really catches my ear.
For
And those
sure. For sure. We don't want no basic Can I cuss?
yeah.
Can I cuss? Can I cuss?
Oh
Yeah, we
yeah.
don't want okay, good. We don't want no basic shit. I've been
Yeah.
trying to be like very PC because I didn't know what you wanted with your
Oh,
audience. But
whatever you want there. Yeah.
okay, I mean, definitely PC, but like, you know, kid safe, kid friendly. Um, yeah, like I wrote that different shit. And actually that one I made myself. I made that beat. And I made it. And so I guess I've been producing for longer because I'd be forgetting. That
Yeah.
I made in about 2014, the beat. And then I don't know when I came back to it and started writing to it. But yeah, I love different kind of things. I love interesting things. I think life is about texture, you know, and I think I'm like such a I guess sometimes I become like a caricature of what the
Yeah.
artist, what people think an artist is, but I really, really enjoy something that feels fresh. And I'm working on, you know, keeping it simple, sweetie, KISS, but like it's really hard when the other thing catches the ear.
Mhm.
Uh, but I really thank you for noticing that because that was a great reminder. I forgot I was producing longer, but yeah, I love a little weird drum. That's my thing. I love Missy Elliott. I love Timbaland. So of course you're gonna love a weird drum.
Yeah. That's awesome. And with well, another thing that I noticed was speaking of texture, your beats are typically like very atmospheric in a way to where
Mm-hmm.
they're like creating this world
Mm-hmm.
as you sing the song. Is that something like you consciously do, or is that just on the fly, hey, it just happened to roll out this way?
For sure. I think it's a little bit of both.
Mm,
So typically like when especially with that project, when I get the record, you get the basic beat, right? And then you can like either write to the basic beat by yourself or you work with the producer and you build it as you go. What I was doing there was writing to it. And then like I would have instrumentalists come in and then we would embellish. So I would like either they would just do what they do, or I'd be like, oh, let's do this here. You know, this needs this. And then, you know, you can sing it in place and they'll play it. So yes, a little bit of both, but for sure we judge things up at certain spaces because they deserve it. That's what makes the to go back to theater is all about the arc of a song. You're telling a story, so it has to have a higher point and it has to have some points of like less tension. It's like the tension and the release that happens. Um, I feel like I'm talking too much,
Oh no,
child.
no, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Yeah, you're fine, you're fine.
But yeah, I mean that's what we do. You have to, you know, you have to embellish, you have to add.
Mhm.
And so yeah, sometimes it is just like, ooh, this just fit the right way. But I feel like especially with recorded music, I won't say rarely because it happens all the time, but more often than not, people are very precise about where they want things. I can say that for me, at least.
All right, that's awesome. And so let's go on to new music. You released the single High with
Yes.
producer ZDBT. How long did
Yeah.
it take to make that?
I can't tell you. No, I don't know. I met him. His name is Zach.
Okay.
I met him. I met Zach. Probably time is just slipping away from me. I don't. I don't quite know when I met Zach. I think it was the end of 2021.
Mhm.
And he sent over a pack of all of the things that have become the album that he dropped recently. If you haven't listened to it, listen to Morning Star by ZDVT out now.
I'm
I
getting.
actually have 2 songs on there. It's really cool. It's like a bunch of different genres, but like electronically focused. But he sent like the whole bundle over. And I think I was between 2 songs that I ended up writing on both actually. And the one I chose was that one because the beat is just so like live. And I love a little, ode to the past. It kind of felt like futuristic, but where the future and the past meet. So I was like, okay, let's do that. I think I recorded high in one session. Yep, I did. And it usually takes me like from top to bottom. So you like write it out and then you sing it. And you
Mhm.
may have to take multiple takes. And I like record myself in my studio. Um, and that took about, I'd say, 3 or 4 hours. And then you send it over,
Mhm.
and he was working on it. So I think overall it took like the process was, I'd say, very quick. I'd say a couple days.
Oh.
But it was kind of just drawn out. So like, it wasn't just like working all the way through. It was like a thing where it's like, okay, we'll spend the 3 and 4 hours here. We've written the song. And then we send it over. He mixes it. We decide if we like the mix. And then he was working with some really great people. So it sounded amazing with what he did with it. But yeah, it didn't take too long. And then I think the song was finished probably in December or January of 2022. And then in May, we shot the music video in Vancouver. And then we dropped it in October.
Oh,
So yeah, people keep things in the clip all the time. A lot of the songs you probably hearing now are a product of a person that was like maybe a year at least ago. Some people,
yeah.
for some people, for me, for sure.
All right. So, is there an album coming out soon for you?
Mm. There is a project. I don't know, what constitutes an album, to be real.
I mean, a project. Let's say a project. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a project. I am working on a thing. It will I wanted to debut in April,
Mhm.
but I don't know that I will have the bandwidth to make that happen, to be real. But there is something that is happening in April that I'm very excited about at one of the museums around here in conjunction with Earth Month, which is something I'm very passionate about.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that's focused on sustainability. And I guess, I mean, I don't have to be super secretive. I'm working on my project Negro Spiritual. I do have a lot of Scorpio placements, so I know you get it too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah. You know,
Um,
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Trust me, I am more than with you.
you feel me, okay? Yeah, but I'm working on Negro Spiritual. It's been like a love. I started like in 2020 as a conceptual thing. But I am working on that, and it's been in process since then. And there's going to be something very special in April that you all should look out for.
Awesome. All right. And just two more questions left since Zoom was
Okay.
like, all right, y'all got 10 minutes left
Oh
because
shoot. Okay,
I
let me
got the
hurry it
basic
up. I'm gonna be
Zoom.
concise.
I'm a basic man. So, what artists have you been working with for this project?
For this project, I was working with Kim Spacely. I've been doing a lot of production myself. I always am working with my brother Kaz Aglitz. Always in collaboration with Ian Finkelstein, Sasha Kashprako. Um, I need to acquire a choir for it, so I would love to create like with other people. I aspire to create with some of my other friends. I would love to create with Keswa. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else did I work with? Oh, I did some, Black Noise and Mefta have a little bit on there so far. But it has been like kind of my labor right now.
Yeah.
Trying to think who else. Yeah, that's it right now. But yeah, I've been working with those people, but mainly just with myself. Um, it's been more remote than anything.
Hmm. For the choir thing, have you thought about like reaching out to like a high school choir, and going to the teacher and like, hey, can I record the choir for this like section I'm working on?
Okay, thank you for that idea. That's great.
Also,
No,
I
I
told
have.
you,
I was thinking about going
yeah,
to Mosaic though.
yeah.
They're some talented children, so I'm like, I already have a relationship with them. I used to teach there too, so I'm like, oh, maybe I could do that. But part of me just wants to keep it simple and not have to like do a lot of things that come with recording a bunch of people, and maybe have a smaller choir of like some of my peers that sing as well.
All right, that's dope. And
Yeah.
my last question is there anything else that you want to put out there to the world, let the people know?
Hmm. Well, I would love to just big up someone else right now. My sister friend, her name is Suleika Star. She will be releasing her project Diasporic Recompense very soon, and her single's coming out. I think next week. It's an EP about like reclamation of power, reclamation of your time, and getting the money that you deserve. We're trying to get our bag. Okay, we want our reparations in any form. So that'll be coming out, and I said that because I'm on the opening cut.
All right, I
not
see
not
you.
singing. This one's an electronic album or an electronic EP. Very quick, fun listen. I have a copy of it. I've been banging it, so I think the world should see it. And I guess the last thing I would leave everybody with is just to maintain their integrity, do what feels right to them, and be true to your heart because your heart won't lie to you. And
Mhm.
that's just that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank
This
you.
was an awesome interview.
Yes, but thank you for having me. I really appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too, man. This is amazing.
And it's really nice to connect with people that like I see you online all the time, and
Yeah.
like you always have great opinions. So like I'm like,
Okay.
oh, it's great to actually, have a voice
Yeah.
to the avatar that I see. So thank you for making this connection. And I would love to connect outside of here too.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Let's go ahead and end this video. And I
All
appreciate
right.
it.
Thank you. Okay, real quick.
Huh?
Who did the art in the background?
Who did the art in the background? Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. So this is
Oh,
like
these are anime. That's anime.
yeah,
Okay.
it's anime from My Hero Academia, and that's
Mm-hmm.
just a painting that's like the drawing that my partner picked up, and
Oh,
she's in love with dogs. And let me see if I can pick this up. This is just Sonic the
oh,
Hedgehog,
Sonic. Okay.
and that's like a art piece that she did. It was like just a
Mm.
small little art piece that she did.
Okay, I was intrigued. I was like, what's all this? I'm glad when
Yeah,
people have art on the walls.
yeah. So we try to decorate the place as much as possible.
Turn up, turn up. Okay.
Hey, let me stop this recording real fast.
Okay. Sorry.
How you doing?